to the Season of Self-Love, your daily dose of inspiration and encouragement. I'm your host, Nyomi, and I am thrilled to be here with you today. This podcast is brought to you by Ask Nyomi and Elevate Me Self-Discovery. Are you ready to elevate your mindset and embrace the power of self-love? Or have you come to the right place? Each day we'll dive into topics that will empower and inspire you on your journey towards self-discovery and personal growth. Whether you're looking to cultivate healthy relationships, boost your confidence, or find balance in your life, this podcast is here to support your every step of the way. We believe that self-love is the foundation of living a fulfilled and joyful life. And together we explore practical tips, insightful interviews, and transformative stories that will leave you feeling inspired and motivated. So join me Monday through Friday as we embark on this daily adventure of self-love. Tune in to the Season of Self-Love podcast to start your day on a positive note and discover the limitless potential within yourself. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Today is Monday, May 13, 2024. And welcome back, my beautiful people, to the Season of Self-Love podcast. I'm your host, Nyomi. And today we are diving into a very powerful word that shapes our interactions, our relationships, and our self-perception. And that's called expression. This month we are focusing on using our words impeccably, and expression plays a very crucial role in how we connect with ourselves and with others. So before we explore this theme further, let's take a quick break, and then when we come back, we're going to dive deeper into this word expression and how to use it impeccably in our daily lives, all right? It's your girl, Goddess Nyomi here on the Season of Self-Love podcast, and we'll be right back.
Washington Wellness Institute focuses on healing always. For me, if I look good, then I feel good. If I feel good, then I share the good. If I share the good, then I celebrate the good. If I celebrate the good, then I live the good. So I can be paid to be my greatest. But I have to learn the good to be the good.
So, what does it take to be the greatest? It's as simple as a free 15-minute consultation. Be kind to yourself and heal always.
What are some common barriers that prevent people from expressing? Hey, it's your girl, Goddess Nyomi here from the Season of Self-Love podcast.
Yeah, I would say remorse. So shame and guilt is a very dividing emotional.
And these are one of the many amazing conversations that we have every day, Monday through Friday, right here on the Season of Self-Love podcast with myself, Nyomi, as well as our resident therapist, Dr. Will Washington of Washington Wellness Institute. Come by.
The reality of our relationships with people.
Come by.
And a lot of times we're afraid of how people look at us. And so that compassion can't enter.
You can hit us on the
So
website,
really
the Season of Self-Love podcast.com. Let me ask you this. With the truth, is it... All right, well, welcome back. It's your girl, Goddess Nyomi here on the Season of Self-Love podcast. So before we get into the topic of hand, and today is all about the word expression, right? Expression. Let's start with a nice guided meditation to set our intentions and to focus on our thoughts. To focus on our thoughts of expression, all right? All right, I want you to find a comfortable position, whether it's sitting or lying down, and I want you to close your eyes. Now I want you to take a deep breath in, filling your lungs with fresh air. Then I want you to exhale slowly and releasing any tension. Now as you continue to breathe deeply, I want you to bring your awareness to the feeling of expression within you. I want you to notice where you may be holding back or where there is a sense of restriction. Now I want you to visualize a warm, glowing light of the center of your chest, your heart center. You see, and this light represents your truest self, your authentic expression of who you to be. Now with each breath, I want you to allow this light to expand and radiate throughout your entire body, filling you with courage and power. Now I want you to repeat silently or out loud. I am ready to express myself fully. I am want you to feel the words that resonate with you, empowering you to embrace your unique voice and to share it with the world. I want you to take a few more moments to bask in this liberation of self-acceptance. Now, when you are ready, I want you to slowly bring your awareness back to yourself. I want you to open your eyes and you're feeling refreshed. You're feeling refreshed and ready to express yourself freely, all right? All right? All right, if you are new here to the Season of Self-Love podcast, it's something that we do every day, Monday through Friday, is that we center ourselves and prepare ourselves for the topic of hand today. And today is all about expression. Again, I thank you for joining me in this moment of reflection. You see, expression is not just about speaking, but it's about conveying our thoughts, feelings, and beliefs in authentic and impactful ways. And today we explore how to harness the power of expression and to enhance our self-love discovery and improve our personal growth. All right, so for this segment, it's all about the power of expression. So we know that expression shapes our reality, right? And how we articulate our thoughts and feelings can significantly impact our relationships and our self-esteem. See, the importance to express ourselves authentically and respectfully as to not only strengthens our connection, but also it builds our self-confidence. So let's discuss on how some ways that can cultivate a positive expression in our daily lives. So by us cultivating positive expression in our daily lives is very essential for our well-being and in our relationship. And here are some ways that we can nurture positive expressions. One is to practice gratitude. What I do is I start and I end my day by reflecting on the things that I am grateful for, especially what happened in that day, in that moment. When I think of days and how I express my gratitude, when I'm in the morning when I go into my meditation room, into my golden rose room, I think about my moments, and days become my moments, the beginning of my moments, as I would say. And so I say what I am grateful for in that day, and what I'm grateful for, or what I want for that day, on how my day is going to be. And I know you're like, Nyomi, what does that look like? I am thankful for the amazing day that I'm going to have. I am thankful for the amazing interaction that I am going to have with my mother today. You see what I'm saying? You see how I did that? And then when I lay down in bed, I thank you for the amazing. And I'm just using amazing in this process, but you understand the gist of what I'm saying. I'm thankful that I was able to have these great interaction with different people today. I'm thankful that I was able to feel amazing and no headaches today. I'm thankful for just the people that you are surrounded me with and the connections that I have. So when I start my day off in gratitude, as well as set intentions and end my day in gratitude, those are a part of me expressing myself. That is how I'm cultivating myself daily. Another one is mindful communication, as I just spoke before. Be present and attentive when communicating with others. Also, listen actively. Speak kindly and choose your words thoughtful that foster positive interaction. So remember, I just said about setting my intentions of gratitude, about me having, specifically with my mom, that not only that our interaction could be positive for the both of us, but it's meaningful in a way that we both, at least me, can take this with me in this moment. And that there is happiness and positivity or anything that I've learned from this interaction. That it won't be stressful for her, nor me. That I can find in the words that can be positive and that I can use, impeccably when speaking with her. Does that make sense? The next one is creative outlets. Explore different forms of creative expression such as art, writing, music, dance. Expressing ourselves creatively can be very therapeutic and uplifting. I use music a lot. I use writing a lot. And I use dance a lot when expressing my creativity. Positive affirmation. Just as we use a positive affirmation in our morning meditation here, using affirmation, it can cultivate a mindset of self-love and confidence. And when you repeat these affirmations that resonate with you, it just reinforces your positive beliefs about yourself. An act of kindness. Show kindness and compassion towards others through random act of kindness. Small gestures of generosity can brighten someone's day and create a positive ripple of effect. Emotional awareness. Validate your emotions and express them in healthy ways, and acknowledge your feelings without judgment, and find constructive outlets to release any negativity. And these are just a few things that you can use to cultivate your expression daily. And I also want to remind you about practicing self-compassion. That's something we talk about a lot. Be kind to yourself during difficult times and treat yourself to the same compassion that you will do with others. And reflect and learn journaling. So by incorporating these practices into your daily routine, you can cultivate positive expressions that align with your values and promote a sense of fulfillment and a connection in your life. So now that we know how to cultivate positive expressions in our daily lives, let's take a quick break. And when we come back, we'll dive a little deeper into this impeccable word today, which is expressions. It's your girl, Goddess Nyomi Banks here on the Season of Self-Love podcast, and we'll be right back. Hey, it's your girl, Goddess Nyomi Banks, and make sure you tune in every Thursday night to Ask Nyomi Bridging the Gap podcast, where we talk about everything from love, sex, relationship, cultural differences, and so much more. We're bridging the gap between them all, and we even talk about spiritual uplifting. You need to stop by Neon.com, Mike, as well as the BTG crew. We have some amazing guests that come through. You never know. Just make sure you tune in Thursday night, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Go to axnyomi.com and tell them Nyomi sent you. All right, well, welcome back. It's your girl, Goddess Nyomi Banks, here on the Season of Self-Love podcast. And the month that's made is all about using our words impeccably. And today, the word is expression. Expression is the word of today. And see, the word expression itself, it carries a depth and versatility. It encompasses everything from our choice of words to our body language and even our creative outlets. So reflecting on how we express ourselves can reveal so much about our inner state and how others perceive us. So right now, I want you to think about your own expression and what does it say about you? See, after I read the book, The 4 Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz, I honestly didn't know how powerful words were, how magical that they can be. See, when I decided to do this series this month about using our words impeccably, I was like, really, how am I going to do this? How am I going to do this that is going to make sense to my listeners? Where do I start? Where do I start from? And I was like, okay, well, first I would just choose a word each day that I truly need to dive deep into, that I need to truly dive deep down and understand how I can use it in my life impeccably. And expression was one of those words. But not only is it about me speaking with expression through my words and talking, but also it's about the tone. And also it's about the actions. So remember, I talk about using my words with intention and about with gratitude earlier. Also understanding what those words mean to me. So when I think about the word expression, I think about what feeling of what on the other end of what I want that person to feel when I speak to them, what I want to convey to them, what emotions or feelings that I want them to understand what is coming out of me when I speak these certain words. So when going into my daily life, when I wake up in the morning and I go through the prayer and meditation and all of those things before I interact, whether it be with my daughter, whether it be with my baby on the phone, whether it be with speaking to my mom or whoever else, I want to set the intention of what my words are going to be and how I'm going to express myself during that day. It's like how I want to show up in that day. Does that make sense? I hope I'm not losing anybody. So then the next thing we talk about, the art of communication. See, effective communication is an art that enhances our expression. It involves not only speaking, but also listening actively and empathetically. And with this segment, we're going to focus on improving how we communicate, ensuring how we understand and how it's understood by fostering deeper connections and clearer expressions. And again, it's about the intention behind the word and an expression. I want people to understand how and why I'm showing up in this matter, in this way. Expression is so powerful. It's so important in our lives. That's why even using it and having it a part of our self-love journey and understanding what it means to us is very important in how we use it. We have to understand a lot of times our expressions, the look on our face, that comes from within. So that's why we got to go deep down into the core of who we are. So when those expressions shows up, not only in the tone of our voice or the words that we speak, but also in our body language, also in our facial expressions. Does that make sense? So then our communication can be received authentically. And my hope is positive, positively. But it's also that it is understood by whoever it is that you are having these conversations with, whether it be with someone else, as well as being with yourself. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? All right, so let's take a quick break. And when we come back, we're just going to get a little deeper in it, all right? It's your girl, Goddess NmW&x here on this season of Self-Love Podcast, and we'll be right back.
Washington Wellness Institute focuses on healing always. For me, if I look good, then I feel good. If I feel good, then I share the good. If I share the good, then I celebrate the good. If I celebrate the good, then I live the good. So I can be paid to be my greatest. But I have to learn the good to be the good.
So, what does it take to be the greatest? It's as simple as a free 15-minute consultation. Be kind to yourself and heal always.
All right, welcome back. It's your girl, Goddess NmW&x here on the Season of Self-Love Podcast. And today we're talking about expression. You know, the month of May is all about, it's all about using our words impeccably. And again, today is about expression. So in this segment, we're going to be reflecting on self-expression. Now, let's take a moment to reflect on our past expression and how have they served us? Where we need improvement on it? Well, I'm going to guide you through a quick exercise to explore these questions by helping you to identify the patterns and encouraging growth in how we represent our true selves, all right? Okay? All right, so in this quick reflective exercise to explore our past expression and identify our patterns, I encourage personal growth in how we represent ourselves to others. One, I want you to grab a journal or a piece of paper. And as Dr. Will said, your purpose paper and your purpose pen. And I want you to find a place where you can reflect without distractions. All right? All right, next I want you to write down a recent situation where you express yourself, either verbally or non-verbally in a significant way. And it can be a conversation or a presentation or a social interaction. Next is reflect on the following questions. How did I express myself in this situation? What emotions were behind my expression? Were they positive or negative? How did my expression affect the outcome of that situation? And did my expression align with how I truly wanted to present myself? And then next, look back on the past or similar situation and identify any patterns in your expression. And I want you to consider these things. Do I tend to express certain emotions more frequently? And are there reoccurring behaviors or communication styles that I've noticed? And have these served me well in the past, or have they hindered my interaction? Next, I want you to think about the areas of where you believe that you can improve with your self-expression. And I want you to ask yourself these questions. In what ways do I want to present myself differently in future interactions? And how are these specific communication skills that I would like to develop or refine? How can I better align my expression with my true intentions and values? And then finally, set 1 or 2 actionable goals based on your reflections. And these goals could focus on improving specific aspects of your self-expression or developing new communication strategies. So see, by engaging in these exercises regularly, you can gain valuable insights into your patterns of self-expression, identity areas for improvements, and take proactive steps towards presenting yourself authentically and effectively to others. So you remember last week when I was talking about that, about being in the moment and about me understanding that being in that moment doesn't always have to be happiness. Doesn't have to be happy, but to acknowledge what it is. And I started off that conversation with speaking to you about me having a conversation with my baby on the phone. And then I instantly realized that the conversation that I was having with him was not truly about him, but about me. And I had to stop and I had to use this practice that I just showed, this exercise that I just showed to you. I had to no, this is not about him. This is about me. So how can I make sure that I don't come off negative in the way that I'm expressing myself? That it won't be toxic to him, that I would trigger him at any moment. You understand? And so by us going through this self-love journey, this healing journey, this is where we can truly recognize what triggers and how we can be a better communicator, how we can express ourselves better to others. Because in my head, I'm asking myself these certain questions. So that was just an example. All right, so let's do this. Let's take a quick break, and then when we come back, we're going to wrap this all up, all right? It's your girl, Goddess NmW&x here on the Season of Self-Love podcast, and we'll be right back. What are some common barriers that prevent people from expressing? Hey, it's your girl, Goddess NmW&x here from the Season of Self-Love podcast.
Yeah, I would say remorse. So shame and guilt is a very dividing emotional.
And these are one of the many amazing conversations that we have every day, Monday through Friday, right here on the Season of Self-Love podcast with myself, Nyomi, as well as our resident therapist, Dr. Will Washington of Washington Wellness Institute. Come by.
The reality of our relationships with people.
Come by.
And a lot of times we're afraid of how people look at us. And so that compassion can't enter.
You can hit us on our website, the Season of Self-Love podcast.com. Let me ask you this. With the truth, is it... right, welcome back. It's your girl, Goddess Nyomi here on the Season of Self-Love podcast. And this month is all about using our words impeccably. And today's word is expression. Expression. All right, so in this segment, it's about embracing creative expression. Creative expression is a profound pathway to self-discovery and healing. And whether it's through art, music, writing, or dance, embracing your creativity offers a unique and fulfilling method to understand and describe your inner world. So let's explore a few different creative avenues that can enrich your personal expression. So I'm going to share 4 different creative avenues that can enrich you personally. Visual arts. Engaging in visual arts such as painting, drawing, or sculpture can be a unique outlet for self-expression through colors, shapes, and textures. And you can convey emotions throughout an expression that may be challenging to express verbally. I love to make earrings. That's part of mine. Writing. Writing is another one. Writing is a very powerful tool for personal expression, whether it's journaling, poetry, fiction, or nonfiction. But putting thoughts and feelings into words can clarify emotions and it can explore new perspectives and communicate with others in a meaningful way. I love to do that. Music. The next one is music. Music has the ability to evoke strong emotions and convey complex messages. Learning to play an instrument, writing songs, and simply listening to music that resonates with you can be a powerful means of personal expression. I created a whole playlist that's called Vibes that I vibe on. Nothing but vibe on. Dance is my last one. It's a beautiful form of expression that engages the body, mind, and emotion. Whether it's through structured routines or freestyling movements, dancing can help you to convey your innermost feelings and express joy and release tension or even tell a story without words. So by exploring these creative avenues and finding what resonates with you, you can enrich your personal expression. You can tap into your creativity and you can discover new ways to communicate and connect with yourself and others. So let's talk real quick about cultivating positive expression habits, all right? So developing positive expression habits, it can significantly influence our mental and our emotional well-being. And see, this involves practicing gratitude, which we spoke earlier about, learning to frame our words positively and treating ourselves and others with kindness and understanding. So by us doing all of this, this will help to cultivate our expression more positive, okay? Y'all understand that? All right, my beautiful people. So as we wrap today's episode, I encourage you to take what we've explored about expressions and apply it into your daily life. But I also want you to remember that the way that you express yourself is a direct reflection of your inner world and has the power to transform your external reality. Again, I want to thank you for joining us here on the Season of Self-Love podcast. And I want you to don't forget to subscribe and share this episode and join us next time as we continue to explore impactful themes that foster self-love and personal growth. So until then, I want you to keep expressing yourself with courage and clarity and compassion. You have a beautiful Monday. Have a good one. Thank you for listening to the Season of Self-Love podcast. And we hope that you enjoyed this fun filled with inspiration, empowerment, and self-discovery. Remember, practicing self-love is a journey and not a destination. For more information and to stay connected with us, visit our website at theseasonofselflovepodcast.com. And if you have any suggestions or questions or feedback, feel free to shoot us an email at seasonofselflove@gmail.com. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Facebook for daily doses of self-love tips, motivation, and community support. So join our Facebook group, The Season of Self-Love, to connect with like-minded individuals on their journey to self-discovery and self-compassion. Thank you again for being a part of our community and dedicating to nurturing self-love and embracing self-worth. So stay tuned for more exciting episodes and guests in the next season. And remember, you are worthy of love, kindness, and all the happiness in the world. So until next time, Take care of yourself and spread love wherever you go. See you soon.